Hello YouTube, I wanted to make a video here of a car. This is not my car, but this is my brother's new car to replace the rusty white Nissan Maxima sitting all the way there at the end of my driveway. What this is a 92 Buick Roadmaster sedan. It's pretty obvious here by it not being a wagon. And this car was $450. And the reason why it was so cheap is, if you look at it, the exterior, even though it actually has good paint, which is pretty impressive for a 90s GM car, it's full of dents, especially in the fender. There's quite a few smaller dings and stuff in the hood, but that's overall okay. And there's this interesting cobbled together mess going on here, and door here, and another one here in the back. So I'm assuming this was like grandma or grandpa's car, and they drove it past when they should have and started to hit a bunch of things before someone took the keys away. Anyways, another reason why too is the interior in this thing is quite the mess. I have the door panel off because the driver's side window won't roll up. There's this plastic slide pin thing for part of the window regulator, which is in 3 pieces. So it won't actually roll the window up, it only lifts up one side of it, and yeah, it doesn't have a radio. The dash itself is actually in pretty okay shape, but some parts are missing. Is the kick pan down there, and I'm pretty sure there's a plastic piece to hold this switch in for the trunk release. Oh wait, no, it goes up there, okay. Didn't notice that. The back seats, someone has removed the seat belts from their resting spots. For these rear belts. If you go through the holes here, you're no longer through there, they're actually underneath. So these have to be bolted back in, and there's no buckles anymore, so the seat belts for the rear, you can't actually really sit in there. The seats all have tears in it. This one I can't get it to tilt up, and for some reason or another, someone put spacers on the driver's side seat, so you can see it sits up higher. So that now my brother, when he sits in the car, he hits his knees on the dash because it sits so damn high up. Let's see now, what else? All the door panels have been removed at some point, so like missing screws and stuff, and to buy new clips for it to actually put the door panels on right. This thing is quite the project, but it's a really good running car. It has a 5.3 TBI engine, which is a 350 for those of you who don't know a whole lot. It's like plastic piece here is broken. It's like this came taken apart like this when you had a window switch. Anyway, we bought this car as a project, and even though this thing's in really sorry shape right now, it actually runs well and sounds good. Also, someone decided to replace the stock air cleaner with some stupid K&N cold air intake thing that it's getting replaced because, first off, I hate K&N filters. Second off, this thing was twisted so that it was rubbing through, and it was eventually going to punch a hole in the filter from it just laying in here like this. So this air filter is going to be going for a stock air cleaner of some sort. Yeah, I love the throttle return spring. Yeah, that's not that it wouldn't make more sense to run to that hole, no. So yeah, it actually does have working AC, even though when we got it, it wasn't. It didn't work because when we got it, both the plugs to the compressor, this one and this one, were unplugged, and it needed a charge. The reason why I think the person who had it before us failed to charge it is put this adapter fitting on here for the low side, but didn't remove the other Schrader valve, so you couldn't actually get any of the refrigerant in the system. So I removed the other Schrader valve, stuck it on, vacuumed it down, and put refrigerant in there, and now it blows nice and cold. Also, the ABS doesn't work because someone decided to chop the connector off the ABS computer for some reason. Also, someone replaced the original steering wheel with some other, I think this is also out of a Buick, but I generally don't know. Someone else might pop in the comment section and tell me that, but it's not an original steering wheel because the color of it's different. And also, it might have come out of the same car as these window switches, which also have to be replaced now because the center adjuster for the seat broke. Also, a fun fact for you, this car actually weighs 2 tons, which is the same as my friend's Lincoln Town car. He has an 86 Town car and actually weighs the same. But one of the impressive things, though, is the headliner is still good in it. You can see it's not drooping a little bit back there on that side, but other than that, it's in excellent shape. And these seats, for as worn out as they are, they're incredibly comfortable. Also, the oil pressure gauge doesn't really work. It likes to just, you put your foot down on the floor and it just goes off to like 120 psi. Here's what it sounds like. Here's someone's stupid shifter ball we put on here. Let's start it up. someone put a Flowmaster muffler on it, and they didn't put a tailpipe on. Let me turn this down. But yeah, this thing will blow nice and cold. All I needed was an AC recharge. And what's funny is when I bought the car, or when we bought the car for my brother, I was just gonna plug the compressor in and the little side pressure switch on it, just to see what it does. And he's like, "No, don't plug that in. It doesn't work." It's like, okay. The compressor kicks in now. I gotta say, this is a real cool sound to it. It just needs a lot of work. It gets really, really nice and cold. This is the best working AC out of all the cars we have. It beats out our brand new Subaru Outback. Here's what it sounds like. There's a really cool sound in the engine, and it's not actually registered or insured yet. That'll happen in the future. Also, it's kind of cool. This is a Compass, which does work, as you can see there. And, you know, this is a hell of an upgrade from the Saturn my brother had. Oh, this is interesting. I didn't know about this. This one has the airbag warning, not on the visor, but above it. It sounds like I might need to put some more refrigerant in it to charge it, but it does get cold. I'm sure it'll get even better once it's moving. Might be a little low though, but it does work. Anyway though, if you have any questions about this car, and here's the problem more in depth here as to why the window doesn't work. See here, this is kind of a pain in the ass to get to. There's this arm in here, I don't know if you can really see it or not, but the arm for the window regulator, where it actually picks up the bottom piece there for the glass, has a plastic bushing it rides in, and the bushing itself broke, so the arm fell out and it only lifts up one side of the glass. Here's the under the hood shot of the car, and I think it leaked a little bit of refrigerant, so I don't know. Probably has a small leak somewhere. I was just kicking on and off. It also has some cobbled together system here for the horns. With this wire twisted right into this one. There's also an original, I think, and that. The horn sounds kind of cool, but the horn switch in it's not really working. But I love the sound of this car, and it's incredibly comfortable. It gets pretty bad mileage, but that is expected when you have a 350 gas engine. Anyways, though, I think that concludes just about everything with this car here. Oh, and also, let's shut this off. Here's the trunk release, which is just, oh wait, that's hood release. Okay, to release the trunk on this, first off, it didn't come with an actual door key. So you got to do it from the inside here. There we go. Yeah, the trunk is kind of bare. I need some work. There, it literally had that serpentine belt draped in here, and someone's started to attempt to repair the fenders, but that's it. Yeah, the trunk needs some work, as it rusted through the inner fender wells here. Pretty much what my plan is for it, / my brother's plan is to just fix all the rust in here and then throw some carpet back in from a junkyard car or something, just because, yeah, it's kind of nice to have this fixed. And I think these are like valve spring retainers of some engine of some sort, no idea what they're out of. Yeah, this is quite a massive trunk, and oh, I see it has a power antenna. I didn't notice that at first, but someone attempted to start to fix that, but didn't finish. Anyways, though, that's a 92 Buick Roadmaster. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.